All right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom again, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm gonna give it a minute until being so I had to shut down and reboot back up. Something was going on. I have no idea. I know what's going on. And this is the part of what I know that is actually taking place. Because this is the DAY for wicked and evil and Satan and his, they can do a lot of things, and they will do a lot of things that's going to interfere with uh, people on live or people on YouTube, Facebook, or whatever. And I have to say that I understand. I understand because the Father has given them this DAY. So they're going to cut up from the floor as long as you know what is actually taking place. You're in a better position than many who do not. I also got a taste of the power and control. I received three uh, letters from the bank within 2 weeks saying something about the change and this, they're going to change this, they're going to change that. This from now on, it's going to be like this, it's going to be like that. And guess what I realized in the last 2 days? They are freezing your funds and keeping you from being able to withdraw. They block uh, the withdrawal button so that, and they only have deposit, a transfer, and other things to keep you from getting your own funds out. When I saw that, I wanted to get angry, but I thought about where the Father have us today. And when I think like that, it go back to my Father's will, giving him all glory and all honor and all praise that you rule this thing. You rule this thing. And no matter what, Satan never gonna get the victory in it, none of it. None of it. Because even knowing what he did by having one angel to muzzle Satan's mouth and to put him in chain and take him down for 1,000 years. I said, Father, you mean all it took was one angel? Come on here. And this is the one who deceived the whole world? You mean it only took one to take you down? Come on. See, that leads me to end. Once we understand that sort of information, that's light. It lets you know he ain't something that can't be defeated at a blink of an eye. That's just showing you that the Father is wanting us to see him to be nothing outside of what he's allowing him to do. That's giving who the glory, who the power, who the honor, who the authority, who the beginning and the end. I mean, it gives it right back to the Most High. And I like that. So they did. They stopped me twice from even withdrawing anything out of the bank. And I think that was really deep for Sister Deborah. But it is also what has been prophesied. So I embrace the will of my Father. You see? So what we were talking about that I don't know. I know you all didn't get it. I know you didn't get it because once I shut down, the Father said, what you just said is powerful. You know that. I said, you know it's powerful too. You know I didn't know that until you just said it. I let him know. You know I didn't know what you were saying until you let it come out of my mouth. And then I learned and was saying, wow. And let me say that to you all. Let's go back into that. I'm going to say this to you all. And this is also what you call light. This is light. Okay. Adam is in the garden. Okay. Adam is in the garden, right? And it says, verse 2, chapter 2 of Genesis, verse 5. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew, for Yah had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. Now watch this, verse 6. But there went up a mist from the earth, okay, and watered the whole face of the ground. Verse 7. And Yah formed man of the dust of the ground. Now, when he formed man of the dust of the ground, now y'all gonna catch this. I don't know which one of y'all gonna get it, but get this here. When he formed man of the dust of the ground, and that is Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. He formed man of the dust of the ground. Did you know Adam didn't get up? Adam didn't get up. And it says, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Okay. And it says here, and man became a living soul. Man did not become a living soul. He became a living spirit. Soul will confuse you, and it will bring in, it'll come in the middle to keep people from doing a deep study on flesh and spirit. So it comes and sit there in a center. And that is another word I know without a doubt was placed there. Because if you move it out the way, you see better. You see clear. Now watch this here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The breath of life came with what he said in Genesis chapter 1 and verse 27. Genesis chapter 1 and verse 27. So Yah created man in his own image. In the image of Yah created he him. Male and female created them. The image he created was a spirit. Yah is a spirit, and he created a spirit. He gave them a spirit. Okay? The only way the breath that comes from a spiritual Yah can be upheld if there is a spirit in the presence of the flesh that lieth. You cannot believe that he came to the flesh and breathed the breath of life and the flesh got up. No. He breathed what came with the breath of life that he breathed into you was also a spirit of his image. And that's how Adam became a living being. Because the spirit in him. What was the spirit? That was a spirit likened to the image of Yah. Yah had a spirit, and he gave each and every last one of us a spirit. That is what holds a spiritual breath of life. So when you standing here and you see Sister Deborah, she got the image of a spirit, which is my spirit now, because he breathed it in me and gave me an image like unto him. He's a spirit, and he gave me a spirit. But what did he do? When he breathed it in, it came with the breath of life. You see, that's why the flesh goes back to the ground and the spirit sleeps. The flesh goes back to the ground. The breath goes back to the bosom of the Father, and the spirit that you were left like unto an image of Yah, it sleeps. It is a spirit. When he said, he that is born of the flesh is of the flesh. That means if Adam did the things that pleases his flesh and lived his whole life the way his flesh desired, then he is born of the flesh. But if Adam got up and he decided to live the ways of his spirit, because that's the only place the Most High Yah would come and abide in him, is through his spirit. Now, if Yah said we can't worship him in our flesh, but only in our spirit, then what makes you think he brought the breath of life into the flesh? He didn't bring it into the flesh. He brought the breath of life with the image. The breath blew in the spirit of an image, like unto the image of Yah, which is a spirit. That is the breath of life. It is what he blew into him, and his spirit became a living, and that's how he became a living being. How do you know that, Deborah? Let your butt not have that breath and that spirit sleep. Your body gonna fall what they call dead and stink in 3 days. It is not, the flesh is not it. So you have to understand he gave you his image and his breath of life. His image came down with the breath of life. When he blew it, that's what he blew into you, a spirit like unto his image that was carrying the breath of life. It's no way he's going to take his breath and blow it into flesh. No. And man became a living soul. No, man became a living spirit, because he said, I made you out of my image, and out of his image is a spirit. So that means he gave each and every last one of us a spirit. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that, because even in Genesis 2 and verse 7, when people read that, I mean, the Roman Catholic could move 1 or 2 words out of that book, and that's just it. I mean, that just you'll lose it. That's why it's important to have the greatest teacher that ever been known and shall be known, which is the Ruach HaKodesh, the Spirit of Yah, the greatest. So without that, Sister Deborah couldn't even break that down. You see, I wouldn't be able to do anything, say anything. That's how important it is for us to understand who he is, what he is, and what he's capable of doing. Now, we were in Kings, 1 Kings chapter 3 and verse 12. I want to see what is really going on here, because in 1 Kings chapter 3 and verse 12, let's see what's going on here. 1 Kings chapter 3 and verse 12. And you know what else about Genesis chapter 2 and that verse 7? It matches Genesis chapter 1 and verse 27. That was his image. So how did soul get in there? Why was it he breathed the breath of life and given him a living spirit? Why wasn't that put in there? Because the greatest battle, y'all, and if you ever pick up the Bible and read it, you could see it. It's in there several times. Is flesh against spirit. That's what it's all about. Did you all know the whole thing that's here on the earth, everything is about the two? It's about the two. And that's it. The battle is 2. That's it. It ain't 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The war is 2. It's not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the way he set it up from the heaven. The way they teach us and make people and deceive people, that's on them. That's why it's important to get to know who he is. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 3 and verse 12. And it reads, verse 12 reads, Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and an understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. Just listen to what he said he gave him. 1 King chapter 3 and verse 2. Verse 12. 1 King chapter 3, verse 12. Behold, let me get this right here. Solomon, is that who he said? Is it Solomon he's talking to? Okay. 1 King chapter 3, verse 12. Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and an understanding heart. Who can give you that? Not a man on this earth, nor a woman. Not even Satan himself, nor the Son of Man. Listen to this. I explained to y'all things are done in twos. So let's say, for instance, you in your flesh, you got wisdom, you got knowledge, and you got understanding. And in your spirit, you got wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Everything is done in twos. You have to learn that the part of you that is spirit is more powerful than the part of you that is flesh. But who takes over? Flesh. That's why it tells you your flesh is your worst enemy, because you allow your flesh to have that heavy dominion over you and don't give your spirit the room that it needs to get the flesh under the subjection. So here he's saying, behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and an understanding heart. I have given thee a understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. He gave him something, an understanding heart. See? And then he tells him that, and nobody would ever come after you like unto you. Understanding, you guys, is a gift from the Most High, y'all. You notice he said he's given thee wisdom. That's that spiritual wisdom and an understanding heart. That's what he means when he said, all you're getting, get understanding. Because you have to have some sort of discerning, of not this desire to want to know who he is, what he said, what he's about, understanding the Most High Yah. But it is a gift that he only gives to those in whom he has willed it to. So that's why you're not going to have the narrow gate having many going in, because the way he orchestrated things from the heaven, he only ordered things to those that he has willed it unto. And understanding, if you have the Holy Spirit, if you have the Ruach HaKodesh, that's understanding. It's in there. He's understanding. He's not understanding. He's all understanding. Okay. So when he was talking, Job chapter 32 and verse 8, in the book of Job chapter 32 and verse 8, just listen to this here. Now, what gets me is these back in the days, they knew. You see what has happened in this day and time. And that you won't get people to teach it. That understanding is a gift from the Most High, y'all. That's why you cannot go to a place and let somebody teach you, because they say they are a pastor, a bishop, an apostle, a priest, an evangelist, a prophet, a prophetess, a Maureen, a seer, a watchman. You got to watch yourself. Just because they say they are these titles, you can have more understanding than all these titles. These are titles people have given themselves. And guess what? That's another list of two. You can give yourself a title, or you can get a gift from heaven for the body of Hamashiach, a title. But in this day and time, look, the way it's going, you ain't seeing very many pulling up in the body of Hamashiach, revealing that they have all of these gifts that was poured out. They denying it. They looking you straight in your face and denying any of it. So when they denying it, they actually denying the power that rests therein. Okay, so here in Job in chapter 32 and verse 8, Job it was something being said. And listen to this in verse 8. But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. You see that, y'all? They running around here teaching y'all on their flesh understanding. Come on, give him the glory and the honor that's due him. He gives you understanding. You don't give it to you. You're going back to what I was explaining to y'all. You can read this book all you want. That's why I said study to show yourself approved. Deborah, don't study that book to show this person approved, this one. Study to only show yourself. Rightly dividing. Wait a minute, what we doing dividing? Ain't dividing in Genesis chapter 3 and 15 when he divided the serpent seed from the woman seed? See? Rightly. There go rightly. Dividing the spirit of truth. You have to be able to divide what you're reading. But who can come in and teach you from the moment he enter in, he can start teaching you the word as it was, as it is, and as it shall be in spirit and truth. You see? So when you see here in Job chapter 32 and verse 8, listen to this. But there is a spirit in man. See that lowercase spirit? You see that? That means Sister Deborah's spirit, your spirit, just we all have a spirit. And the inspiration of the Almighty gives them understanding. Do you not see the word give? Did you not see the word given in First King? See, you all don't understand this love that they put in there. That's another word added. The Most High is giving, gave. Everything that he has done for you and your family was based on give and gave. Started with giving you the breath of life, giving you a spirit, giving you an earth to walk on, giving you trees. Where along the line did we not see that should be one of his main identity is give and gave? And why is it that the church don't teach that? Why is it we as individuals, when we want to talk about who he is, we need to tell people, oh, he's real. He's give and gave. To let you know that's a part of the characteristics of who he is. And Sister Deborah was speaking on that heavy in the last 9 months and for the last 2 years. He is give and gave. What is it? Just like I was telling y'all about his right hand, his stretched out arm, you see, and his hand is his power. It's just so much about him. We reject truth. We refuse to inform people and teach people about really who he is. We're around the corner talking about everything and everybody else, every country, every tribe, every nation, And we never expound on all that he is, all that he was, all that he's going to be, and all that he has done. And making these people understand this is his will. This is Yah's purpose. We walking up and down on this earth. Okay, so I like that because it lets you know right there, the Almighty give it. I told y'all he's given gave. When it all said and done, he's given gave. And if any man on the earth want to represent the Father, you got to have that give and gave mindset. But you can't have it if you don't know that that is the characteristics of the Creator. You see how messed up? They run around here trying to understand his love, which is really off balance. The best way you can define Yah is through give and gave. Okay, so Proverbs 28. Let's go to Proverbs 28. In Proverbs 28, it reads, verse 5. Proverbs 28, verse 5. And it's a sad thing, y'all. I'm serious. Because I'm going to show you where it's messed up. Because even when you praying and giving him thanks, you see, if he has given you understanding, the gift of understanding, he's giving you the gift of wisdom and knowledge in the spirit realm. These should be things you should say. I thank you for being a giving and a gave. All that grace and mercy you've given and gave. See, y'all don't understand. These should be words you be speaking off your tongue. Because now you know that he is surrounded in give and gave. Always being. 28. Proverbs 28 and verse 5. It reads, evil men understand not judgment. Evil men understand not judgment. But they that seek Yah understand what? All things. You see that? You see? He that, verse 5, Proverbs chapter 28, verse 5. Evil men understand not judgment. So when you see people out here doing the things that they're doing, when they got that evil like that, they don't have no respect for the judgment of the Most High Yah. They don't even understand it. Because what? They are evil. They are of the Satan seed. But what does he say? But they that seek it, Yah, understand all things. Why? Because he said, in all your getting, get me. I'm understanding. And it's not something you can just go get yourself. He will give you. You see? You can't pull him down and drag him down from heaven, saying, give me the Holy Spirit, give me your Ruach. No. He has to give himself to you. And that's what understanding is. That's why people sits up in churches and listen to a pastor for 30 and 40 years. That's why people be on the devil platform for 20 years, following people and liking and subscribing. No give and no gave of any type of understanding. They don't have any understanding. And in Proverbs 28 and verse 5, evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek it, Yah, understand all things. Because that's the promise, y'all. The promise was he'd come and abide in thee and teach you all things. And according for him to teach you all things, he has to give you understanding of each one of them. And that's what you call spirit and truth. He's a spirit and he's all 100 trillion truth. And that's why you don't hear nobody teaching, preaching it, or surrounding any topic. If you want to talk about things that's going on in the world, you round that stuff up in the bosom of the Most High Yah. Bring heaven down with it. Tell these people what role Yah is playing in it, how he's doing it, how he's cutting up from the floor, which angle he's coming from. They don't do that. They want to bring you into all the worldly activities and the worldly action without Yah being in front of them, nor in back of them, on every side. Because we are walking what? His will out. This is not our will. We're walking his purpose, not ours. So this is why I just don't take to just believing and listening to every and anybody. So when you get to Proverbs 4, let's go to Proverbs 4 and verse 7. Let's see what they say in here. In Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 7. And it reads, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. With all thy getting, get understanding. It's a must. And that is the Ruach HaKodesh. He comes to bring all understanding. Say, for instance, if you were just never on YouTube, or you never was on Facebook, or none of that, the Holy Spirit will still give you full understanding of any and everything. You know why I know that's to be true? The reason why I know that to be true, I was 4 years old when he started dealing with me. 4 years old, a baby. So that's the reason why I know that he's about that understanding, and he will give it to you. He don't care how old you are or who you are, what you done. When he come and abide in you, he's going to bring along understanding with him. And he going to park understanding right in the right place in you. And never will it leave you nor forsake you. No matter where you go, you can walk up into any place on the earth. And if someone asks a question or somebody say something, that understanding that he didn't gift you with, he didn't pour it up in you with, let me tell you something. You can give people understanding of any and every situation. I'm a living witness. Because I remember my mama say, everywhere you go, people be walking up to talking to you like they know you. You shouldn't be just talking to strangers. I know where they're coming from, y'all. That's the reason why he gave me the gift of discerning. The gift of discerning, because I know she ain't got sense, and she'll talk to anybody that talks to her. And I mean, I've had people start talking to me, and I'm not even talking to them, and they just walk up and start talking to me like they know me. You see, I've had people throughout my life coming up to me and said, but ma'am, I'm like looking at them, what's wrong? What's your problem? I don't say that, y'all. I don't say that. They said, ma'am, you got a glow on you. And I'll be like, oh, thank you. Be walking on my little way. Because see, I know what's up, y'all. I know what's up. See, I ain't loose. My elevator knows how to go up and down. So I'm saying to you all, understanding is a gift of the Most High to you, from him to you. Grab that thing, take on that thing, embrace that thing, respect that thing. And that's exactly how Deuteronomy 28 is. They refused to accept it and salute the curse and said, Father, you did it for your purpose, your reason, and what we've done to you and how we treated you and how we disrespected you, we dishonor you, we profane your name. Our forefathers did this, our forefathers did that. Did y'all know that's all he wanted us to do in the land of our captivity? That's all he wanted us to do, was own that thing. Y'all didn't want you to go trying to think that he wanted you to hit the curse over and turn this way and make it this way, or train these people this, show these people that. No. He wanted you to salute the curse, accept it, bring up your forefathers and what they did, bring them before the altar in repentance, own that thing of what they did. Own that thing of how you still walking in their wickedness. Own that thing. Tell the Father when, okay, I see what you did. I see why we needed to be over here. We needed to come over here, Father. Your will is always perfect. Your way is always perfect, Father. Yeah. Thank you for cursing us because we ain't never had no sense. It ain't you, Father. It's always been us. But we don't want to do that. We want to blame Tom, Dick, and Harry. We want to say the heathens are Gentiles. We want to say this person over here, or we go way over there to the synagogue of Satan. Oh, they did it. Wait a minute. Park your mouth right back where you at and own that curse. And you start off with the forefathers, owning that thing. Oh, Father, we turned around and did exactly what our wicked forefathers did. Oh, Father, I'm so sorry. Forgive us. Oh, Father, our forefather did this. They did this. And guess what, Father? We was even worse than our forefather. Please forgive us. I thank you for having all that grace and mercy on us, Father. Yeah. Oh, Father, yeah, I just thank you for your will and your purpose. I see why you had to curse us, Father. Help us to continue to try to walk right before you and do the things that pleases you. Instead, we walking around here blaming everything and everybody else. And the Father said to me, he said, Deborah, all I wanted was them to own that thing. And don't think I didn't know that they wouldn't. So he had to lay it on me because I'm looking for them to own it. And he had to lay it on me. Don't think I don't know that they wouldn't own that thing. And I thank him for that because they still today. And you can't even look for them to own it because if you say 100, if there were, let's say if there is, let's say 80, no, let's not say, if we said that in the United States, say if it's 25 million, you'd be lucky. You'd be lucky if you have 900,000 that know that they are cursed or they were brought here from the curse that was spoken to Abraham. You see what I'm saying? That's just showing you how 99.9 don't know nothing about who they are, what they're going to be. That's just how Sister Deborah tell y'all, don't be out here clowning. Don't be clowning with the clowns. They want to go to the circus, send their tails on to the circus. That tell them, go on, show your tail off into the circus. You need to be in the circus because you clowning on these devil platforms. You ain't telling nobody nothing. You see? Because what has happened is the curse was set here for a purpose and a reason. And I think that based on what I can understand of what I have read in time past that took place in the beginning, all the way to Revelation, we just that type of person, people. And he knew that we wasn't going to own that thing. That's why he said, you want me to tell you why he knew? Let me tell you what he said. He said, tell them, Deborah, in Deuteronomy 28, you're going to come in curse, and you're going to leave out of their curse. How you like me now? So you ain't escaping because you don't understand it, because you don't get it, you don't repent for it, because you don't embrace it, you don't salute it, you don't thank the Father for it, because he could have blinked us up out of here. I mean, it's a lot of things we could be thankful for, because it's a lot of things he could have done. Because if you ever pick up the Bible and hear how many times Israel and Judah was destroyed, it will blow your mind. It'll make you see that this is not somebody that you play with. This creator is off the chain. But see, people don't know him like that. So when we speak of understanding, what were we? Proverbs 4 and verse 7, back to understanding. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, so you can go and get wisdom. But with all your getting wisdom, you better get some understanding. Get understanding. So here is telling you that even when you deal with your work, your co-workers, your boss, your children, your young children, your adult children, your neighborhood, your community, when you go out into the world, no matter what, learn to get understanding. in the midst of where you have to deal in a society, a workplace, college, your community. Get understanding. That means seek Yah from your inner man to have the understanding that you are experiencing on your outer man in the world. That's why it's important to get understanding, because it has the answers to any and everything. Let's say, for instance, somebody is sick and they got a lupus or cancer or whatever. When you come before the throne of the Most High Yah, if you salute and have respect for his understanding as a gift from the Most High Yah, he'll give you the understanding of what is going to happen to you, what is going on with you, and how you're going to come out of it. That's the understanding he'll give you. He's the key to all understanding. When we don't understand something, he has the answer. He is the understanding. That's why it's important to seek ye the kingdom. Seek him first and foremost. That's why I think it's very important, if men are going to lead and be head over the mass or over the multitude, you got to teach them the spirit realm. But what you see them doing is more so covering only one realm, and that's the flesh. Okay, so it was taking me to Colossians chapter 1 and verse 9. Colossians chapter 1 and verse 9. If I could ever get to there. And this is about understanding. Understanding that understanding is a gift from who? The Most High Yah. It is not something you get on your own. It ain't something you create on your own. When you do that, you do have understanding, wisdom, and knowledge in your flesh. But you learn to kick your flesh to the curb and let your flesh have dominion over not your flesh, your spirit have dominion over your flesh. And it'll work, things will work out really well for you. And when we get to Colossians chapter 1 and verse 9, it says, for this cause we also, since the day we heard it, do not cease to pray for you, and to desire that ye might be filled with the knowledge of his will in all wisdom and spiritual understanding. You see, I spoke this here probably a year ago about 6 or 7 times, trying to get people to understand. We dealing with tools. Y'all might say, Sister Deborah was saying that late. No. I told you. Remember, I used to always say, there are them people teaching you their wisdom, their knowledge, and they understand. I wrote that thing out. That's because people are of the flesh. And when they are of the flesh, they teach you the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding of the flesh. And then they throw in their feelings and their emotions and their personal opinion, all that crap of the flesh. And then you left with nothing in the spirit. I've taught that for so long, I can still sit here and say, I know for a fact from many messages I've explained to y'all. So watch this here. Here we are in Colossians chapter 1 and verse 9. For this cause we also, since the day we heard, do not cease to pray for you, and to desire that ye might be filled with knowledge of his will. That's spiritual knowledge, y'all. Okay? In all wisdom, that's spiritual wisdom he talking about, you guys. And spiritual understanding. These are things that come strictly out of Yah. We have that in the flesh, and we have that in the spirit. We have to be able to distinguish the two. And it's real hard when you look at somebody that's sounding good. But are they speaking spirit and truth? The wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding in the spirit realm. 99 billion, they're not. They're giving you their wisdom and knowledge in their flesh. That's why they won't let loose of it. They won't let it go. They won't stop teaching it because it has gotten them subscribers, likes, praise, honor, funds. It have gotten them to where they're at today, and they are content. So to listen to what Sister Deborah said about the spiritual side, they wouldn't dare take out the time. Why? Because they're saying, wait a minute, I've been booming for 20 years on this place and doing good, teaching them my wisdom, my knowledge, and my understanding. And the Most High standing up there said, you can teach them all you want. That's your flesh. Mine heareth my voice. They have the ear to hear. They're going to learn the spirit. You see, and right here, this is what it says, and spiritual understanding. So I'm trying to get you all to understand that these things are not locked in as something that you can just crank up for you. It is spiritual. It is the work of the Father. He has his wisdom, he has his knowledge, and he has the understanding. The understanding you got to get, because that's going to usher in being a comforter. It's going to give you understanding of prophecies. It's going to show you things to come and give you understanding in that. You know, it's going to teach you all things and give you understanding in that. So you have to know that it's separate from the flesh. So that's why I said, when you get on these devil platforms, you're listening to these people, you all should be able to have the ability to use your spirit, man, to combat a lot of this stuff that's on these devil platforms. Okay, so then he took me to Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 2. First Corinthians chapter 2, verse 12 through 14. First Corinthians chapter 2, verse 12 through 14. And it reads 12 through 14. Now we have received not the spirit of the world. You see that? Not the spirit of the world. I'm trying to also get to you to know, get you all to understand. Satan is a spirit, and it has the world. You see, what we don't understand, what people don't understand, you have to separate yourself. Separate yourself the best that you know how. Not Sister Deborah tell you or nobody else. Try to separate yourself, because when we tell you what I told the individual this morning on Facebook, in this day and time, you should know what side you on already, because your fruit represent either the fruit of Satan or the fruit of the Most High God. Your ways represent one or the other. So when Sister Deborah was pulling up with the tools, guess what? It was rightly dividing which side you on. Why? Because he did it in the Garden of Eden. He put a tree here for life and a tree here for what? Knowledge of good and evil. Then he turned around and did what? Met up with Satan in Genesis 3 and 15 and told him, okay, it's two. My spirit and your seed and my seed, I'm going to put intimacy between it. And when I learned yesterday, intimacy means hatred. Wow. So you're supposed to hate evil and wicked and Satan. Not try to love on it and make it come to your side. You can't do it. You can't do it. Because if it's destined for that side, you got to leave it there. And I'm speaking to many of you all who like to get on these dating sites. Stay away from that trash, y'all. That stuff is one of the evil places that men and women can go to meet one another. Stay away from it. It is full of wicked and evil, waiting for women and men of the Most High God, because they feel so vulnerable and so, oh, I can do this. They don't see me. I don't see them. I can get to know. And then you get so weak, and then you fall into it. You're dealing with someone behind a door. You prefer to meet somebody versus behind a door talking to someone. You don't know who it is. the person nothing. You see? So don't be on these dating sites trying to meet someone. Okay? Very dangerous. Very, very, very dangerous. So here in First Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 12, now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit of Yah. That ye now see, I didn't even count that in the twos, did I? There's a spirit of Satan and there's a spirit of Yah. So that's another twos. So I want y'all to understand that Sister Deborah has taught y'all something, that the Father's going to check you when you stand before. See, a lot of you all thinking that Sister Deborah just on here, she just talking. No. This is going to be your quicken when you stand before the Most High. See, because he knows who's who and what's what. He knows who he sent to give spirit and truth to a people. Whether they receive it or not, it doesn't matter. He knows his T's are crossed and his I's are dotted. Don't come up here with that mess, because I gave you the best of the best. Okay, so here it is. Here he said in First Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit of Yah, that we might know the things that are freely, you see that word, given. Where is love in all this giving, Father? Well, they always want to say love. Father, where is it? It ain't going to be found, because there's no such thing rest in the Father's bosom. It was a word to confound and confuse many on the earth. The Most High is give and gave. Now listen to here. And it says that in verse 12, things that are freely given to us of Yah. Freely given to us of Yah. Which, verse 13, which things also we speak, not in words which man's wisdom teacheth. Didn't I tell y'all? Been telling y'all this for it had to have been more than a year. And y'all probably thought every time this lady get on here, she always said they trying to teach you their wisdom, their knowledge, and their understanding. Because I knew that there was tools, y'all, and you can get locked up in the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding. And these pastors, these bishops, these apostles, these priests, these Maureen, these seers, these watchmen, these prophets, these prophetess, you can get locked up in it and can't find your way out and won't find your way home, because that's a different set. Their understanding, their wisdom, and their knowledge is a different set. And you get on it and you be like, oh, that sure makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. That's true, ain't it? Oh, yeah, that's real. But then you start to see, wait a minute, that can't be. And the spirit of the Ruach HaKodesh teach you a different one. You be like, when he said it, it sounded right, though. It sounded good. But baby, let me tell you, that's only to your flesh. Let your spirit walk in the spirit of the Most High Yah. Because he said he abide in you and you abide in him. Stay on that end. So here it is in verse 13, 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 13, which things also we speak, not in words which man's wisdom teaches. That's what I've been telling y'all for years. Okay. But which the Holy Ghost, which is the Ruach HaKodesh, teaches, comparing spirit things with spirit things. That's all Sister Deborah is trying to get you all to understand. The message I taught you all about Israel and Judah. A lot of people don't understand. He's not coming for the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah. He's coming for the spiritual Israel and the spiritual Judah. That's why they were sealed with a spiritual seal. What's so hard to believe or hard to get? So that caused one to say, wait a minute, well, why are we down here acting a fool? Even when Sister Deborah used to say to y'all, baby, 12% is like 1%. That ain't no people. You know what it remind me of? 12% is like the narrow gate, the small remnant. Me as a prophetess. And from what I'm seeing, that's how I see it. I don't see it as, oh, we all getting out of here. He come to get us all. No, 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 no. He ain't never came to get y'all doing this. He ain't never come to get y'all. Even the ones that stayed in the wilderness and died off. And he sent the children to the promised land. So y'all need to cut all that horse mess out. Like he got to do it the way you only want to teach it and preach it. No, it ain't. He ain't telling you that. You telling them people that. That's on you. But don't try to make it like he's saying that, because he ain't saying that. He say what he mean, and he means what he say. And that's it. Okay? So verse 13, it says, which things also we speak, not in words which man's wisdom teaches, but the Holy Ghost, which is the Ruach HaKodesh, teaches, preparing spirit things with spirit things. Didn't I tell you all that? I've been trying to get you all to understand spirit and truth, the light. When we take off and want to meditate and believe the ways of the flesh is more important than the ways that are spirit, when you are born of the flesh, that's what I used to tell you. You are born of the flesh, because you have to either know which side you own. And it's not a rocket science. It don't take a rocket science. You already know. A lot of people in full denial, because they thinking that, oh, when I can do this and keep this and do this and have this hatred and pride, boasting and hatred is one of them. Pride is really high. Envy and jealous is highest the ceiling. And we can have all that and still say we didn't. No. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Same way. Listen to what he said. Comparing spiritual things with spiritual things. That's also the way he was explaining to me. Only way I told you, if people support spirit, that's it. That's how you know. That's why I took my GoFundMe out, because he said spirit support spirit. So now you know the fruit that you're dealing with. And I thank him for that, because I said, no, okay, when I take this off, never to put it up there again. And I give him all glory, because right here it's telling you, comparing spiritual things with spiritual things. You can't, Sister Deborah can't expect nothing from someone who is not like unto who I am. If I'm spirit, then I can see people supporting me, because I'm spirit and they spirit. When you don't get it, leave them alone. Let them go in the direction in which they chose. Because a lot of times people don't even understand their actions is louder than their words. Okay, so here go verse 14. And verse 14 said, but the natural man receive not the things of spirit of Yah, for they are foolish unto them. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. So what is this saying? This showing you the natural man, that's the flesh man. You see, receive not the things of who? Spiritual Yah. Because the spiritual things of Yah is foolish to the natural, he that is of the flesh. So you have to think now, am I of the flesh or am I of the spirit? Sister Deborah told you all, when I broke them things down in twos, you should know who you are. If you go to Genesis 3:15, the woman seed and the serpent seed, you should already know who you are, because he said he put intimacy between it. So there's things there that already letting you know who you are, who you stand for, and really what you're really about. Okay, so James, in the book of James, it says, James chapter 3 and verse 17. Let me see what time, or I'm doing good time, and I'm not going to hold you long. James, James. James chapter 3, verse 17, and it reads, but the wisdom that is from above, Father, If I could go back, and I think I got a title to all those videos I taught regarding the wisdom of man and woman versus the wisdom of Yah. James chapter 3, verse 17. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruit, without partiality and without hypocrisy. So even that, I like that because it's letting you know the wisdom from above is pure, first pure. Okay, so I don't see my let me go to 18, verse 18. The fruit of the righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So James 3 and verse 17 and 18 didn't cover the understanding, but I love it snatched wisdom from above, first pure, just letting you know it's real wisdom, the wisdom from above. And you get it through the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the Holy Spirit, as some would say. Now, I just want to cover two more scriptures in Proverbs. And I like to go to Proverbs 18 and 2. Proverbs 18 and verse 2. In Proverbs 18 and verse 2, it reads, a fool have not no delight in understanding. See, you all would think that understanding is something that one could just have and go get or want. No, it ain't. Not the understanding that's spiritual, y'all. Not the understanding that's spiritual. Now, this worldly understanding, you can get that a dime a dozen, okay? But it says in Proverbs 18 and verse 2, a fool have no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. See, he caught up in self. And that's what you see on this devil platform, you guys. I'm going to go and tell it like it is. That's exactly what you see on this devil platform. Nobody wants or delight. It says delight, but no one wants the understanding in the spirit realm. They only want to teach their understanding. Why do you think that you hear all these people talking about they awaken and they come into the truth? You ain't coming into nothing but a foolish mindset. And I'm a living prophet to tell you in this day and time, they a bunch of crap when they talk about, oh, we coming, our people are waking up and coming into truth. You ain't waking up to nothing. You ain't awakening into nothing, because if you awaken, you also know that he said you came in, curse, you're going to leave out, curse. Okay? No, they won't grip that. Oh, no. So what are you waking up to? You're not waking up to anything but foolishness. Because the only thing worth waking up, I don't give a rat's behind about me being Israel or the tribe of Judah. If I don't wake up to righteousness, all of it is vain and vexed unto me. It means nothing if I'm not right with the Most High Yah in spirit and in truth. If I'm not walking with the light, so I can see in the midst of all this heavy midnight darkness, I don't give a rat's behind about a house of Israel nor the tribe of Judah. If I'm not right with my Father, if I ain't seeking righteous and doing the things that pleases and pleasure him, talking about, oh, we the people, you the fool. It's nothing greater than wanting to be found in the bosom of the Most High Yah. Who gives a rat's behind because you Israel? Who gives a rat's behind because you Judah? Even that nasty stuff is going to be cleaned up. Waking up. You waking up to stupidity. It's stupid. I mean, it's just so many things that the more they proclaim, oh, our people are waking up. You ain't woke them up. So how are you, and how dare you say they waking up? You ain't woke them up. You ain't giving them spiritual wisdom, spiritual knowledge, and spiritual understanding through leading them to spirit and truth, which is the Most High Yah, His Ruach. You ain't leading them in that direction. You leading them to your page, what you think, feel, and understand in your flesh. And you think that's wakening. See, to me, it's nothing greater to wake up to but the arms of the Most High Yah in heaven, His righteousness, His favor. What else is there to wake up to? You see the sick minds? I told y'all a year ago, they gone. Deuteronomy 8:28 says it. They're going to be gone. Because what is there to waking up? What is there for us to wake up to? When you wake up, you waking up to what? We the people. And do you understand we the people is? No. They don't. They ain't read. They just believing the horse mouths on these devil platforms, telling them that there's all that and some. Not leading them to any spirit and truth. Not giving them any sight of any pin needle of light. And it bothers me to just hear them rumble that lie out of their mouth. Oh, our people are awakening, and they don't want you to awaken. How could we say we are awakening and they don't want us to know who we are, and they don't want us to wake up to who we are? Do that make any sense? When the Most High Yah say He don't give a rat's behind who you say you are, who you think you are. You're going to be cursed coming in and you're going to be cursed going out. How you like Him now? See, they don't listen to the Father. They don't listen to spirit and truth. You see, they don't have no understanding of even the words they say. Oh, our people are awakening. What are they awakened to? Only thing anybody on this earth want to awaken to is righteousness that rests in the bosom of the Most High Yah. Ain't nothing else y'all to wake up to. And if you think that there's a lot of things on this earth, oh, I can wake up and we the people, you go right ahead. It's two. There's two gates. Two gates. Go for what you know. Because everything lined up in twos. You either here or you either there. And you bet back. No matter what, heaven's got you locked in on twos. Either there or over here. So all this other stuff that they teach you, telling people, and it bothers me to even hear them say that. I'd be like, how stupid, even when the female said, how stupid do you sound? Your people are waking up. Waking up to what? Okay, let's say, for instance, they wake up to who they are. Then they should want, if they wake up to who they are, then they should want to die. Right then and there. Oh, I woke, let's use me. Oh, I have waken up to the truth. Kill me, take my life, Father, right now. Because that's how bad it is, y'all. To wake up to who you are, who you were, who your forefathers were, what they done, how they done it. You don't want to live. That's the difference. They don't understand when they said our people are waking up. You waking up to what? So I, Sister Deborah, hope each and every last one of you all got something out of that. And it's also lined up with the message yesterday, the twos, the understanding also sets up in the twos. It sets up like the wisdom is the two, the knowledge is the two, and the understanding is the two. And I try to get you all to really grip the fact that one or the other. Which one are you? You should be able to know who you are and where you stand. And I, Sister Deborah, hope that each and every last one of you all got something out of it. And I appreciate each and every last one. Thank you. Shalom and shalom.